and we're gonna have to kind of wait this out, and we're gonna have to, I think, keep talking about just kind of like how morally wrong. The reason like this society thing works is like people have some kind of shame. Like, why doesn't previous administrations, like why doesn't just Bush say anything and then like try to mobilize his base against the Democrats? And partly it's harder because there's like, it's harder to do back then because there wasn't social media and so forth, and so like the MSM had more power. But a lot of it in the end is just like elites see themselves as like people who should have basic moral principles. And Maga has just tossed that aside. I mean, Hegseth, I mean, like, he could cheat on multiple wives, he could be a drunk, he can do anything. Cash Patel can do crypto scams and sell
Oh my
anti-vax.
God, we didn't even get
Something
into the crypto, all that shit, the
yeah.
Trump coin
And
that's
there's
still
no
out there.
shame. There's no shame. Nobody cares. Like nobody
Yeah,
gives
there's
a
not even
shit.
the veneer of that's the thing too. It's so in the open that like I would imagine like if I were to tell somebody 20 years in the future, I was like talking to, like a child or whatever, and I'm like, let me tell you how they tried to steal the 2020 election. And they're like, wow, like tell me like what was this? Like what was declassified or unclassified, or like what did they release? And I was like, no. This was shit they were just on Twitter. You just read about it publicly. They were all talking about it. Like the difference between QAnon and the current like conservative conspiracies is they're just out in the open on it, right? Like everybody was critical of Biden for doing the mass pardons, right? On the especially forget Hunter Biden, like on the J6 committee, for instance, he gave these huge pardons to them, and all the Republicans had to do was just shut the fuck up about it and say like, yeah, that was corrupt. Fuck him. Trump is literally on the news saying like, I can't even go after the J6 committee now because Biden pardoned him, and I'm like, damn, what a vindication of Biden's pardons there. What the fuck? Like they're so open.
Yeah, that's almost something I've like been surprised by too. And I'm trying to think like what like they can apologize for this. This guy doesn't even pretend, right?
Yeah.
He just doesn't. He doesn't pretend to care about the Constitution.
Yeah. Trump bragging, I've gotten over $500 million of pro bono legal services given to us after we targeted law firms with EOs. I'm like, bro, that's extortion. Holy fuck! You like, how could you ever talk about lawfare again when you're doing shit like this in the open? It's in executive orders.
Yeah. And I mean, they made the January 6th into heroes now. They're martyrs. They want to. I don't know if this went anywhere. They wanted to set up a victims.
And they wanted to bring them the J6 choir to do a performance at like the fucking Kennedy Center or whatever. It's like whatever
ended up happening. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And all these conservatives who before were like, well, I would maybe accept a certain pardon for some J6ers, maybe not the violent ones. Yeah, it shouldn't be a blanket one. And then Trump does a blanket one, and he's like, those people didn't have due process, so I support all of it. It's like, or the Democrats already did it anyway. And it's like, with who, motherfucker? With BLM. And it's like, what do you mean? Like, nobody got prosecuted for BLM. That's bullshit. There were like 10,000 plus arrests and tons of convictions. What do you mean? Yeah.